Carson Wentz is probably one of the most confusing quarterbacks coming into 2020. I'm not really sure how he will land. But I know one thing's for certain. The Eagles are plagued with injuries, and there's so many injuries on that roster. I don't know how Carson Wentz is going to succeed at all, but I have supreme faith in Carson Wentz, and I feel like he's going to definitely succeed. But yeah, man, right before we get into this video, I just want to say, make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Make sure you guys smash it. It's gonna help us on the way to 2K, man. And yeah, man, let's get right into the video.
Baby, yeah, you know I'm in my body today. Hit that bitch, told her come through on a Saturday. Run it up, baby, yeah, the fast way. Greatness come with patience, so you know that I had to wait. Ooh, baby, yeah, you know what you do to me. And you know, bitch,
what is up, boys? You already know what time it is. Carson Wentz. I'm not sure how I feel about him. I really don't even know. But I feel like people are already giving up on Carson Wentz because of his injury history and the lack of receivers and the lack of players around Carson Wentz. And they just feel like he's not going to do good anymore, or he's kind of like going to be a wash this season. I don't feel like he's going to be a wash at all. I don't know why people think that he's going to be a wash. By no means is the guy going to be a wash. Like, that is absolutely insane why people really think that he's going to be a wash. In probably a contender to win the division. It's not like we're talking like the Eagles are some trash team or they're at the bottom of the division. These guys literally won the division last year with pretty much the same weapons. And Dallas lost last year with pretty much the same weapons. But you have to take into factor that they do have a new head coach. And we'll talk about that in a different video. But Carson is probably easily a top 10 talent in this league. Probably one of the top 3 most talented quarterbacks behind Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, easily. He has all the arm, he has all the size. He's got leadership. He's mentally sound, and I'm a big believer in Carson Wentz. I'm just not a big believer of the team that they've put around him. Also, I'm not a big believer of their depth. I feel like they don't really have the greatest depth, because once those guys that they've put around him get hurt, which they already have, Jalen Reagor's out. I'm not really sure where Deshaun Jackson is, but I know some guys are out. And Miles Sanders is also dealing with an injury right now, so I'm not really sure how that will affect him and how much the defense will actually focus on the run game, because Miles Sanders is going to be limited in touches in week 1, and possibly throughout the season. Who really knows? But Carson Wentz, I would just honestly say, do not give up on him, especially if he's on your fantasy team. I really feel like Carson Wentz is a surefire starter. He's just starting pretty much almost every week. He never disappoints, especially in fantasy. He finds a way to put up stats even with the bummiest of bums, like absolute bums on his team. I don't see how he does it, but that just lets you know that Carson Wentz is a great quarterback. And that's why I believe in him. I don't think you should stop believing in him just because of what's around him. That's the only knock on Carson Wentz. That and the injuries. You probably feel like you're taking a risk on Carson Wentz, but in reality, you're not, because Carson Wentz usually stays pretty much healthy until around the end of the season when fantasy is pretty much over. Or, in real life, I feel like you still should not be that worried as an Eagles fan, if you are an Eagles fan, or you're just invested in Carson Wentz, because they have a phenomenal quarterback behind them, and Jalen Hurts, a great quarterback. I think a lot of people are sleeping on. Jalen Hurts is amazing, and I don't know why anyone would hate on Jalen Hurts, because he was phenomenal in Oklahoma. He was a Heisman finalist. He's a second-round pick. Great guy. Everyone loves him. Works hard. And honestly, that's pretty much the Philly way. if you really think about it. He embodies what Philly is. Him and Carson. I feel like they're both great quarterbacks. So if you're really worried about Carson Wentz getting hurt, I wouldn't be that worried because they have a great quarterback behind them. Yes, he's a rookie. I don't know why people are down on him. I feel like he may not get the chance he deserves in Philly because of Carson Wentz, but who knows? They could always trade him for draft capital. They can always trade him for assets to put around Carson Wentz. You have to think about that too. They could show a little bit of what Jalen Hurts has while Carson is injured, and other teams will be interested in maybe another team will come knocking at the door and they'll get some assets from that other team. Or Carson Wentz gets hurt so much that the Philly front office just gets so fed up with Carson Wentz and they trade Carson Wentz for assets to put around Jalen Hurts or a draft capital. Now, that is a great scenario. So both are perfect scenarios. I wouldn't be so cautious, or I wouldn't be so excited on the fact that Carson Wentz is a injury-prone quarterback. He's only been injured gimmickly a few times. Yes, last year he had stress fracture. Yes, right now he's dealing with, gosh, never mind. Yes, the guy is pretty injury-prone, but he has a great backup, okay? And he has a really good backup in Jalen Hurts. I'm a big believer in Jalen Hurts. So that's what will happen if Wentz will get hurt. I mean, but what the Eagles need to do to win the NFC East, honestly, just be better than the Cowboys. The Giants will not be any competition, I promise you that. And the Washington football team is not even going to be present during this 2020 season, honestly, aside from Chase Young and Terry McLaurin. So, pretty sure they have the division almost on lock. They just have to find a way to compete and be better than the Dallas Cowboys, and they will win the division 100%. They only have one competitor for that division, hands down. There's absolutely not a world where the Giants win the division this year, and there's not a world where the Washington football team wins the division. I don't see it at all. It's not like other divisions where you'll have maybe a Bears might sneak in, or the Rams, who knows, might shock people, or a Falcons, somebody like that. No. The two bottom teams in this division that the Eagles are in are so far from contending in the playoffs that it's literally not even funny. I'm pretty sure they're going to be both top 5 picks in the draft, and they're going to be that bad. So they're going to be both bottom 5 teams. So the only thing that you have to worry about for beating and winning the division is just to beat the Dallas Cowboys. And let me just say this. Wentz is not better than Dak by any means. Dak wins in every single category. Passing yards, he's thrown for more yards, he's rushed for more yards, he stayed healthy longer, he's produced more wins, he has a lesser he's lost less games, better QBR, better win percentage, every stat pretty much, except for maybe natural arm talent. But I mean, we've seen with Josh Allen how far that takes you, and I wouldn't really invest in a guy who's more talented and with bigger upside that's always getting hurt every year over Dak, that's established himself as a guy who's trending up and he's got all these weapons around him. So I feel like that really contributes to why Dak is a little bit better than Wentz. But both are definitely top 10 quarterbacks. Wentz is definitely a top 10 quarterback. It's not even close. Obviously, he's on the bottom end, that 8 or 9 spot. Carson's there. I'm not as crazy as Colin Cowherd, where I say he's the second best quarterback in the league. That's pretty dumb. Or like the third best quarterback in the league behind Mahomes and Wilson. But, I mean, I really feel like Wentz is definitely a top 10 QB, and just not even close. And that's why I really believe in Wentz, because Wentz always, no matter what, when he's on the field, he gets the job done. And No matter what he has around him, no matter how bad his defense is, he always gets it done. And he's somebody that the coaches can rely on, and someone that the entire city can rely on. And I feel like that's what really makes him a top 10 QB. But yeah, guys, I'm really interested to see what you guys think in the comments. Let me know. Also, are you starting Wentz in week 1? I really want to know. And yeah, man, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Baby, yeah, you know I'm in my body today. Hit the bitch, told her come through on a Saturday. Run it up, baby, you're the faster way. Greatness come with patience, so you know that I had a way. Ooh, baby, yeah, you know what you do to me. And you know, bitch, I ain't with that foolery. Team full of winners, so you gon' lose to me. Yeah, lose to me. I'm in the store, I'm working, and bitch, I am back in my Birkin. All the gas, I'm swerving, and these people be plotting and murking.